back in April you discussed trying to find a 6th, 7th guy. Do you feel good about 6, 7, 8 right now?
I feel better about 6, 7, 8, than I did in the spring. But we still have a lot of work to do from a development standpoint to get those second team guys ready to where they can plug and play, and where we can, you can take a Mike Horton and pop him in there and we don't miss a beat. Right now, Mike's a really good player and he's going to be a great player, but when you plug him in and now all of a sudden he's competing against our best on defense as well, he's still not quite there yet, but he's closer now than he was before. And then with the other guys, with Darius and Caleb Kim and Marquell Harrell, kind of those guys that are in that 7, 8, 9 slot. Those guys they're gonna have to play football for us this fall because we ain't gonna be able to do it with 5. So those guys have got to keep developing. And then the 5, just because right now they're our 5, that doesn't. It's what have you done for me lately?
Is that coach speak or is that really?
That's the truth. This is you want them to understand how important the process is of developing, okay? But at the end of the day, you got to produce too, And so those guys that are working with the first 5 right now, they got to continue to develop and produce, and they've got to continue to be coachable.
Yeah.
You take a guy like Alex Kozan. Heck, I think Kozan. I was sitting behind him in a team picture. He's got as much gray hair as I do. You know what I mean? So, but you take a guy like Alex Kozan who's played a lot of football, right? And he could sit there and say, well, this is my 5th year. I've kind of been around the block a lot. And he could say, well, what can this guy bring to the table for me from a coaching standpoint? And he doesn't approach it that way. He's incredibly coachable in the details and attention to detail. And, as I was saying earlier, the difference between being a starter in the SEC and being an all-conference player in the SEC is the details, or being an all-conference player or being an all-American. Success is in the details, and that's where it's a challenge as you do have experience, that you're still coachable and what's the word, malleable? Does that mean you guys are English guys probably, right? Not you, but no, you're still pliable as a player. You want to be coached, and Alex did certainly.